Hello, friends. Robert Bevan here, author of the Caverns and Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels and short stories. With me is Sam West, and today we're talking about the spell Earthbind. All right. This is not, well, is this what poor man's hold monster?
No, not even
No.
a little bit. Earthbind's a second level spell. It takes an action to cast. It's got a range of 300 feet. It's a really big range. So I don't know what this is doing, but it's got a 300-foot range. We're in interesting space. Verbal component. Minute duration concentration. So this eats your concentration. Choose a creature you see within range. Yellow strips of magical energy loop around it. That creature makes a strength save, or its fly speed, and only that, is reduced to 0 for the spell's duration. And then there's more. An airborne creature affected by this spell safely descends 60 feet per round until it reaches the ground.
Okay. Um, so what is this
What are your
for?
initial thoughts?
Just, I guess, yeah, I was thinking, I didn't realize, I thought fly speed was included, but I didn't realize that was it.
That's it.
So I guess the reason for the range is because you're pulling things out of the sky.
Hypothetically. You just be like, oh,
Yeah.
look at that thing 180 feet out. Yoink.
Yes, if you, what is this for?
Thank you. I don't know the answer to that question.
I mean,
You know what's really great about reducing a creature's fly speed, or a really great way to reduce a creature's fly speed? To paralyze it,
or yeah,
to
last,
knock it
kill
prone,
it.
to do
Um,
any number of other conditional effects than this. There's like,
I mean, you don't even, it doesn't affect its armor class, or you give you advantage to shoot it while it's descending. Nothing.
nope, nothing. And it doesn't even fall. It like gently floats down.
Does it have like a? All right, how does this look when you cast it? I mean, does it
Okay.
like all right? You cast it. Yellow strips grab the creature, flying creature. It's descending slowly. What's happening? How long does that take? Does it say?
60 feet
Or
per round. So it sends
60 feet
60
per round. So it
feet per
does.
round until it reaches the ground.
Uh, okay. Still,
Nope, that's
what
not it.
what do you want? Well, I mean, all right. I'm just trying to figure. All right, what are your other means of paralyzing it?
Okay, so at minimum, you've access to spell Hideous Laughter. And Hideous Laughter knocks it prone. And whenever you knock a flying creature prone, it stops flying. That's just how that mechanic works. Which
But
means
with hideous laughter, they need to understand you, though, right?
that's fair. It has to be able to understand you, make a no, that it doesn't even say you have to understand it. A creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter. The target misses with save and falls prone, becoming incapacitated for the duration. It has to have an int of 5 or higher. And if it's int 4 or less, it doesn't work. But if it's int 5 or higher, it works, which is the vast majority of creatures. So at the gate, you have a first level spell that knocks things prone and also is usable outside of against specifically flying creatures. Beyond that, hold person paralyzes them, which definitely drops their speed to 0. You could grapple them with any number of grappling spells. Heckin' ensnaring strike. That's a grapple attached to an arrow, and that will drop its speed to 0, and it will begin falling, and it will fall quickly, and it will take damage. Very importantly, when it hits the ground. This
Sure. I'm
doesn't.
trying to I'm trying to think of what you want to pull out of the sky, but you don't want to hurt.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Like if you don't want to hurt it, why are you earthbinding it? I guess you're just like, we can't let this specific flying Aarakocra get away, and we need it to like give us information or something. So you go earthbind you.
I want
Is that the only use case for this? Because then
I
it just
want
keeps
a
then
pet
it just
Pegasus.
runs, right? A bit sure. Maybe you're like, I would like this very exotic bird, earthbind it. Now it's walking at 5 feet as opposed to 30. But like most things that have fly speeds have decent ground speeds as well, outside of exactly like parakeets. So like I just if it hits the ground ever, it can just still move. It can still take actions while it's been earthbinded. This doesn't stop it from doing anything. It can if you are earthbinding something with a bow, it can just shoot you, and that can end the effect and continue flying away.
Or I mean, if it's flying around and hostile, it's probably got some kind of ranged ability.
Yeah.
You know, other that's what like I'm thinking like a wizard or something who's flying around, you know, shooting off spells. he's still shooting the spells while you're gently pulling him toward the ground.
Like I guess this is a silver bullet for dragon fights, in that like the dragon can't fly around and terrorize you with its breath weapon, because you can be like, nah, I want you to stay on the ground if you fail this strength save, which, you know, you have a strength of at least 22, but that don't worry about it. So like that's technically something, but again, I would much rather have a spell that like consistently knocked it prone or something. Like I'd rather it fall out of the sky and die, not fall out of the sky gently and loftily, right? It baffles me that this spell has to exist. It doesn't need to, right?
No, I can't think of. I mean, you're bringing up niche scenarios like I do sometimes, but no, none of these are working for me.
So I guess like creatures with the hover trait don't automatically fall if their speed is 0 while flying. So if something has specifically hover, which is like a beholder, you can get a beholder to the ground with this that otherwise wouldn't be able to do it. So that's different. That's like
The thing is,
a niche use of it.
if you're fighting dragons or beholders,
Yeah,
hopefully you're
right.
using better spells than this.
Yes, you're absolutely right about that. Especially because, like, you know, in the case of beholders, they have an anti-magic cone thing that's going to make this a little bit harder to use. But it's I don't know why this exists, Bob.
No.
I don't know why they're like, this needs to be printed. I can't believe we forgot this. This has to exist. It's on the, at least this wasn't in the PHB. This was in the free supplement for Elemental Evil. So, like, neat. I have nothing else to say here. This just does so little. Like, the majority of creatures aren't flying, and in the upper tiers, when more of them are, no, you're not spending a second level spell slot, and your concentration on this? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Me neither.
Viewers, let us know what are we missing here.
Like,
tell us why this is awesome.
Is that why it's supposed to be good? Is it like
quite a range?
Maybe there are more things in this game than I think that have fly speeds that I'd care to not have fall. I'd much rather just fall though. Am I wrong about like how some of the rules work? Like, just I could have swore knocking a flying creature prone dropped it like to the ground. I could swear that I know like incapacitation and stuff. If a creature is a fly speed and isn't flying around, it doesn't have the hover trait, it goes down. So like, if I'm wrong about any of that, let me know. But yeah, even irregardless, I still don't think there's ever a reason to cast this. Just shoot it. Like, there's better ways to deal with flying monsters than very gently bringing them to the ground. 1 out of 5. Garbage.
I'm trying to think of, it's a second level spell. So when are you getting this?
Third level.
Third level. What is it? What is it meant to be used for at that point in the game?
Like all the even like wormling dragons are like right in this CR, so maybe it's like a white dragon wormling. Like red dragon wormling's probably too much for you. Nothing jumps to mind with hover unless you're like murdering flumps for some reason, but I don't think you use this on a flump. They're just wholesome little pockets of angelic love. Like, what, you don't do this to flumps. Maybe a flump is scared of you, and you're like, we don't want to hurt the flump, so you Earthbind it. Maybe that's what you do. No, it's not. You don't do this.
No. All right, yeah. I don't know. It doesn't anger me, but I can't justify giving it more than a 1. All right, that was Earthbind. Kind of a disappointment.
Yeah.
Well, like, thank you. Go ahead.
It's like, if it's gonna have Earthbind in it, you might as well like have it reduce its entire speed to 0. Like, right? That doesn't seem like that tall of an order. I don't think it makes it that busted or anything, right?
Yeah, but then it's hold monster.
Then it's grapple. It's grapple monster.
Yeah.
Grapple monster is way worse than hold monster.
Yeah.
Like, this is an ensnaring strike without the damage. And it's worse than that. Like, Anyway, go ahead, Bob. Nothing. Give us the outro.
Yeah, all right. Earthbind. That was it. Thank you, Sam, and thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, informative, or entertaining, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. You needn't smash it. A gentle tap will suffice. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. And make sure you check out the links in the description, where you'll find my Caverns and Creatures series of comedy fantasy novels, Sam's full review of the spell, and other fun things.